Hello, special edition Sip and Read with Nick. Hello. Listen, I got some sage burning, okay? I got me a bottle of water to sip on. Go get you something to sip on, because we about to go there. Go get you something to sip on. Everything from wine to alkaline water. You already know the drill, because we are about to start. I don't even know if I want to call it a reading. We going to shuffle some cards around, see what pops out, but this is like more of a discussion. We need to have a discussion. We need to have a sip and discuss, because this Saturn and Aquarius transit, I know a lot of y'all like, what the fuck is the big deal? You keep hearing about it, you might see about it, read about it, whatever. But this particular transit has not happened in the last 26 years, I believe. 26 years that Saturn has visited Aquarius, right? And it's so major because I did some research, y'all. Because, like I'm telling you, this discussion, we gonna go there. But I did some research, and the last time Saturn was in Aquarius, you know what popped off? You know what the fuck popped off? Why this is so major? The World Wide Web, the internet. 1994, y'all. You can Google it. But Saturn was in Aquarius. That restructuring, that restructuring on how we communicate to the masses, how we communicate globally, how we communicate socially, that whole Aquarian type shit with that building of that vehicle, that technology, Aquarius technology, but with Saturn building and creating and structuring this new technology, this advancement, right? Sheesh. And it's so crazy that we're in this transit right now, and the shit that's just happening on a global scale for us. Like this coronavirus shit, y'all. This whole idea of social distancing, what? What can sound more Saturn and Aquarius than fucking social distancing? Just think about that. Saturn's with its rings, those boundaries, those rules, those restrictions. You can't go outside. You can't do this. You can't have this much contact with these folks, with these people. You gotta be you gotta practice this social distancing. Get out the fucking way. Right? Crazy. Just think about that for a second. Let that swish around. I'm gonna open this bottle of water. Okay? Hold up. Yeah. It's a big deal. And it makes sense. Like I said, like, even when it's terms of advanced technology, like people are like scientists and people are looking for a cure. Technology and medicine, a cure, right? For what's going on right now. Trying to rebuild and get shit back on track and have some type of fucking order. Saturn is order. I'm telling y'all. And then the thing is, it's not going to just hit us just globally. Of course, like this is a pandemic that's global, right? You also, it's this idea of accountability. Saturn will make you accountable whether you realize it or not. There is a you you can't not do this right now. Saturn won't allow you not to be accountable. This is why if you're looking in the news, look at accountability that's being driven out of these government officials, right? That's Saturn too. Institutions, government, you know what I mean? Systems, how things work under the rule of order, that kind of shit. People are being called out because of the lack of accountability. It's just, I mean, guys, no matter how you slice it, this transit it's it's so it's just like in your face. Like as soon as I heard the term social distancing, I was just like, what the fuck? It's almost like a synonym for Saturn and Aquarius. But all right, not even just on the global level, y'all, just on the individual level as well. This transit is just going to affect us in ways. It's going to be a struggle. I'm not even going to sugarcoat this shit. It is going to be a struggle. The next couple years will be a struggle. But if you let Saturn upgrade you, if you kind of be receptive and take heed and learn lessons and do the work, because it's not easy. Saturn says this shit ain't easy. This is not easy. It's going to take some work. But if you do that, yo, the win, the fucking win, after this transit leaves, is going to be life changing. I promise it's going to be life changing. Now, listen, you gotta understand too, y'all, like for real, like with this return, this Saturn return is what they, what's the term for it? It's not gonna just point out what it is that you need to change. Like that is over. That shit is done. It is going to cause the change. It is going to force you to make the change, whether you want to or not. It is going to force you to be accountable for your actions and understand cause and effect. Learning from failed lessons. All of this shit is going to be on you, and Saturn is going to make it all on you. Tough love, baby. Tough love. Saturn gonna give you the game, but it's all about how you gonna play it. And as many times as you fall down, and listen, you better pick yourself back up because this is the survival of the fittest right now, baby. Only the strong are going to survive. Only the ones that really want to see positive growth, prosperity, change. Just, you're gonna go through it. But you gotta go through it. That's the whole point. It's restructuring from the bottom up. The bottom up. Look at fucking, okay, Saturn and Aquarius. Online learning, y'all. Online schooling. Like all of our kids are home. Colleges, people in universities are home. Like, you think of Saturn, you think of universities, institutions, learning, that kind of a thing. Online, Aquarius technology, the web, like all this is it's so fucking, it's just crazy to me what is going on right now, and this transit just so happens to be right fucking now. Like, come on. This is a lot. Take a sip. I hope y'all sipping. Stay hydrated. Stay fucking hydrated. You see, I even got my alcoholic beverage that I'm sipping on right now, y'all. I got me some water because I feel like I got a lot to talk about, and I want to stay hydrated. But I don't want to drag things on too long. I can go on and on and on to the break of motherfucking dawn. But let's see individually. I'm going to go through each sign to see what the effects of this Saturn and Aquarius transit is going to mean or be for you. Now, I'm going to start with fixed signs first. Check on your fixed sign friends right now. Check on your fixed sign friends, your Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarian friends. Make sure they are right. Because this is going to be a struggle for them, I think, more than anybody. You know, that fixed energy where it's like they already had their established way of how things should go. And Saturn's not here for that. Saturn's not here for that. Fuck your way. I mean, your way, where's it gotten you thus far, says Saturn. So, I mean, check on your fixed sign friends. Let's do fixed first. We're going to do fixed energy. Let's do Taurus first. See what's cracking and lacking. for Taurus with this transit, baby? What is going good? What is going to be the thing for Taurus? Because again, that fixed energy, that bull Taurus, I just feel like, wow, a lot. Yep, a lot. And I say a lot of cards just came out. And here's the deal, Taurus. I don't even got to flip these cards no more to tell you what the fuck needs to be said for Taurus. Taurus, it's going to be a struggle because your way of doing things, how you've been doing them, that routine that you found yourself in, or just you being complacent in certain things in life, and especially professionally, Taurus, I want to say, from a financial sector. I mean, there's work to do in every realm, but I feel like more professionally, this transit is going to mean for you. And you're going to be given so many different tasks. You're going to be completely, like when all those cards fell out, that's when I knew, like, you're going to be given so many fucking things to do. And you're going to feel overwhelmed as fuck. But I'm telling you, these are lessons that you cannot afford to just bypass. Like, you gotta do the work, Taurus. Like, that stagnant, that lazy shit, no shade, because, it is what it is, but that's not gonna fly. Because the thing is, on the other side of all of that bullshit, all those struggles that you're gonna have to go through, Taurus, all those struggles that you're going to have to go through. Five of Pentacles here, right? All those struggles, losses, those L's that you're going to have to go through. These are not just L's right here, Taurus. These are not just losses. These are lessons that you are learning. Lessons that Saturn is forcing you to fucking get. Lessons Saturn is showing you. This is why you're not getting to where you want to be to. This is why shit needs to change, Taurus, so you can get out of this mentality where you always feel like you don't have enough, where you always feel like there's not enough money, or you're not getting what you're worth, or feeling like you're being left out. Like, and then you got the fucking Ace of Cups here. Hello. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. Saturn is trying to show you that it's all love, baby. It's all love, but you're going to have to do the work. You're going to have to do the work to feel this abundance, to feel this, what it is you've been working toward, Taurus. Like, these incomplete things, like you starting tasks and not finishing them, that shit is done. That shit is done. That shit is done. Things need to come to full fruition. Cycles need to be played out. That work needs to be, that effort. You gotta do it, Taurus. Get the fuck up. Saturn is not going for the bullshit. Sorry, Taurus. You know I love you, and I know how much you hate change, but this change is going to be amazing if you're receptive to it, if you're willing to put in that effort, that change, Taurus. You got to. You don't really have a choice. Sorry. These next 2.5 years, it's going to be rough. But I'm telling you, you will come out the victor. You will come out feeling glorious, Taurus. All right, Taurus. Woo! Baby. Next fixed sign. Let's talk to our Leo friends. Leo, with this Saturn and Aquarius transit, baby. Leos. Yeah, Leo, I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to be that mirror on the wall. I feel like that. You better know who you are completely. Like, you knowing the real you knowing the authentic you. I really feel like the major theme for you, Leo, like, Saturn is gonna rip down that ego. Like, that ego, not here. This is gonna be that, like, cutting out all of those behaviors or relationships that that's not getting any better. The ones you've been dealing with, like, for years and years and years and years, Leo, that that's not getting any better, that you kind of teeter-totter with. That shit is not going to be allowed. That shit is not going to be allowed. And it's only you that's going to be able to fucking change this shit around. Only you. And I really feel like it takes a sense of you. Ooh, hi. Strength. Hey, Leo. Strength. Wow. Oh, this is going to be good, y'all. Leo, hi. You're here. Strength. All you. Being authentic you. Having the strength and the courage and knowing when that every battle that you're invited to, Leo, like it's not I do you know the terminology, like it's not always the thing where you gotta win. Like every battle ain't meant for you to win, Leo. You gotta have the courage and the strength to sometimes turn away from the bullshit. Cut out the shit that you know that has been toxic, the shit that you know that has been holding you back or not allowing you to be the real you. Not allowing people to see you for who you are. And when they do, fucking take it or leave it. Let them take it or leave it. But you putting on this, I feel like, Leo, sometimes you'll put on this mask and you're not being the authentic you. You're not being the authentic you. And this is what I'm saying. This is a time during this transit that you're not going to be able to do that. You're not going to be able to do that. You're going to have to slowly, Knight of Pentacles, you're going to have to slowly, gradually come out of ego, come out of a frame of mind that you're accustomed to, come out of that fixed mentality where, you feel like, well, if I just continue going about things my way, then eventually things will go that way. No, that hasn't worked, right? That hasn't worked. That's shown and proved not to work, Leo. So now it is time. It is time. And like I said, it's going to be a struggle because when you used to, being the one that's calling the shots or going about things the way you feel like you should and fuck what everybody else feel, it's going to be a struggle to really try to get yourself out of that mentality and to really just look at yourself and say, what am I doing that's fucking hindering or slowing my progression? What am I doing? How can I put more of who I am authentically into me? Like being you, like I don't care what it is, how people don't fuck with it, people don't like it, people don't understand it, Leo. Be your authentic self. This is the time to do that. This is the time to do that. Woo! Check on your fixed friends. I'm trying to fucking tell y'all, this is some shit here. Check on your fixed sign friends. Woo, baby. Let's see what's going on with my Scorpios. Scorpio with this Saturn and Aquarius transit. Scorpio. I'm going to tell you right now, 2 words that just came to my mind is extreme and intense. Extreme and intense. I feel like Saturn for you, Scorpio, is karma like a motherfucker. Like past shit is going to come back. And I don't even mean like past shit and just love relationships. Yes, that too. But past shit, like maybe past family issues. Just shit just going to come back. This next, I'm telling you, it's going to be a bitch. It's going to be crazy because Saturn's going to force you to deal with all of this shit. You can't just sweep this under the rug, Scorpio, like you usually like to do. Just drag it down to the underworld and, act like it didn't, happen, or just put it back in the basement. Maybe put some cement over top of that bitch, or tarp. I don't know, Scorp. But you're not going to be able to do that. You're going to have to face all of that shit. All of that shit. You're going to have to deal and heal. Okay, Scorpio? That's going to be your challenge. You're going to have to deal and heal. Because that past bullshit is going to come up. I'm telling you. But once you deal with it, here we go. Once you deal with it, you're going to have your 9 of Cups. Your 9 of Cups. your Nine of Cups. But you got to understand, this contentment cannot rely on, like, you can't be complacent. Like, here you go, waiting, Three of Wands, waiting, and then you got the Five of Swords. Five of Swords. So, like, this is almost waiting for your, I feel like this is, I don't want to say it, Scorpio, but you can't manipulate this situation. Like, you can't. There's no need for you to wait around and try to see, because even if you do feel like you have your wish fulfillment, that karmic will, that karma, you don't want to keep fucking playing around, Scorpio. You don't want to keep playing around, because it may feel like wish fulfillment, but Saturn is going to show you that this is not the way that you're going to go about, or this is not the way that you can continue to go about getting things resolved. Just letting it, just waiting and just hoping, just feeling like you won, because, that other person has just been mind fucked so much. Oh my God, this is ugly. But I just feel like this is going to be a thing where Scorpio is going to be so, so important for you to really not wait around and just let shit consume your mind, or try to just, air it off, or just fuck it. That type of mentality, that fuck it, oh well, fuck it. That's really not going to fly, Scorpio. Like, you're going to have to address these issues. You're going to have to address these issues, these past issues. No more just stalling. You can't stall any longer. Shit will come to the surface, and you will have to heal and fucking deal. Deal and fucking heal. However you want to term it, baby. However you need to put it. But yes, 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 yes. Let me get a sip in. Hold on. We already 22 minutes in. And what am I? I'm on my last fixed sign. I've been taking notes, y'all, because I wanted this shit to be real crystal clear. My last fixed sign, Aquarius. Ooh. Major. Aquarius, you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to get to know the real you? Now, don't get it fucked up. Not like Leo. Leo is more of a thing where it's like ego-driven. You know what I mean? Maybe a little too much overconfidence that's kind of like shrouding who they really are. That kind of thing. You, Aquarius, are you ready to get to know the real you? Not what you think you are, but what you really are. What you know you are. Right? Because if you're not, you better get ready. You are going to be pushed to pay more attention to yourself, I feel like, Aquarius, in this transit. Sorry. Aquarius, you're going to be forced to pay more attention to you. To pay attention to you. What is it about you that could negatively affect certain relationships or communication or just opportunities or just anything in your life? Anything. What part do you play in that, Aquarius? What ownership do you have in that? Really putting yourself under that fine microscope, right? It might even be a time where, detaching, which I know you know how to do very well, but detaching in a way that may look as though you're being selfish. Aquarius, you are very humanitarian. You care about the masses. You care about, just so things on a social level, right? But I really feel like this transit is going to teach you that you can still be you and good shit will still flow in your favor or still go in your favor. But there's a certain level of genuineness and sharpness, like knowing you more than you thought you knew you. Like there's more to you that you didn't know, Aquarius, that I feel like you're about to learn now. You're going to learn today, says Saturn. There is more to you than you know about you. You got the Emperor here. The Emperor, Aries or Taurus energy. The Emperor. Then you got the World. This is fixed energy right here too. The World. So yeah, I really feel like this is you taking charge and bringing certain shit to completion. You taking charge and bringing certain shit to completion. Full circle. Full circle. I even see like working or business on the web. Like I'm telling you, this shit might be that time where, we're like again, working from home. Another fucking theme with this whole Saturn and Aquarius transit anyway, right? This could definitely mean like working from home or just long distance or internet. I feel like it's fucking internet here. Okay? And you got the Seven of Cups. And you got the Ace of Cups. Yeah, so Aquarius, it's going to be confusing. It's going to be confused, very confusing. You might not know which way to go, what to do, what to choose, what path to go. Like, it's going to be it's going to be a mind fuck. You're going to feel like you're in fucking fantasy land or however, just illusions and shit. Shit that could be but not be, like that kind of weird shit. A level of confusion here, Aquarius. But I feel like with this Ace of Cups here, this Ace of Cups, like you're going to get that fulfillment. You're going to get that fulfillment. It's going to become clear to you once you identify who you are. Now you take that for however you want to take it, Aquarius. But like I said, this is going to be that time where you are really getting to know the real you. And I mean looking at yourself from an unbiased perspective, knowing, realizing, understanding your flaws as well as your attributes and what makes you amazing. But being honest with yourself about all of those things. Being honest, being true to yourself, really standing in your own truth is going to be the challenge for you, Aquarius. It's not about what you think anymore. Saturn is now saying, all right, okay, that's what you think. Now let's get it done. Let's be about it. Let's not think about it anymore. Let's be about it. Sky's the limit for you, Aquarius. The fuck? Whatever you think, it shall be. Saturn is trying to show you that. It's trying to turn thoughts into fruition. And I really feel like Aquarius, for whatever reason, technology is going to play a big role in whatever this is. Absolutely. Woo! All right. Aquarius. It's time to get out of that. That stubbornness is not going to work your way. I get it. You are logical. I feel like what you come to conclude, the conclusions that you draw, Aquarius, even if they don't make sense to nobody the fuck else, you can have a chart, a table, and graph to let anyone know how you came to this conclusion. I feel like Aquarius, that's not the issue. The issue is that you're going to be forced to step out of that comfort zone of you already believing that you know the answers and really start to understand that there's more out there. Really restructuring the way you think about certain things certain things that could be really impacting or holding you back or not allowing you to make movement because you're so stuck in a certain thought process. Saturn is here to fucking demolish that, okay? And get you thinking on a broader, more open-minded type of way. You want to see it all, Aquarius, and you about to see it all. All right. All right. All right. Let's see. All right, we did fix. Let's moving on. Let's do Cardinal because we can pop off into Aries first because, it's Aries season, right? So let's do our Aries first. All right. Here we go. Saturn Aquarius for my Aries. 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 With this transit, I will tell you this. Watch who you bang with. I really feel like this is a time where compatibility is so necessary. Like, you gotta fuck with people that fuck with you. You gotta, surround yourself with people that are on your wave. People that, you can hold accountable and they can also hold you accountable for shit. People that are constantly rooting for you because you root for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, big up the people that big up you. Shit. Like, and whoever else, they're kind of obstacles or they're just in the way or they're irrelevant. Like, you really can't afford to have people in your circle that don't root for you right now, Aries. I'm just saying. You're going to lose some friends. You're going to lose people along the way, Aries, during this transit. And that is okay. That is all right. Because that's part of, look at that, the Fool. The Fool. Hey, Aries. Look at that, the Fool. That's what I'm saying. New journeys, new path, new route, new tribe, new vibe. Saturn is going to force that restructuring. You're going to feel like, I don't really, nothing really happened. It's just that me and that person just don't have a lot in common. We don't mesh well together. And that's part of that restructuring and that rewiring that this transit is going to do for you, Aries. It's going to give you that energy, that vivaciousness, that drive, that motivation for you to really focus on the shit that you know makes you happy, the shit that you're passionate about, right? Really just restructuring your whole, wow, this is a lot. Listen, this is a whole lot. But, Aries, it's so bomb. I'm going to just put it out there. Aries, you got the 9 of Cups that came out, water energy. You got the 6 of Wands, fire, Aries, Leo, Sag. You got the fucking Wheel of Fortune. And you got the Chariot, baby. So, okay, like I'm saying, it's going to be a wish come true. You're going to feel so successful when this shift or this change happens because you're going to actually see yourself moving forward. You're going to actually see yourself being propelled after this shift, after this Saturn and Aquarius transit, Aries. Once you've taken heed and once you really understand that your tribe, who you surround yourself around, your motivation, how they motivate you, how they make you accountable. Like, yo, I thought you said you was doing this. I ain't even see you do this in the last such and such days. You sure you still doing that? What the fuck you doing? Why you stop? This was so good. And you vice versa, holding them accountable. Like, that is the type of, you're going to need that, not need it, I don't want to say need it, but it's going to be so helpful in your progression to just have people that cheer for you, that see your grind and see your success and know that it's your time. Like, you don't even feel it just for yourself, Aries. People, the motherfuckers around you feel it too. So this is just that restructuring of really making sure who you even share certain ideas with and certain aspirations and motivations with. It's going to have you really reconsider or revisit certain ideas. Like, certain lessons that you already learned, Aries, Saturn's going to bring that shit right back up to the surface and be like, yeah, you remember this last time when you had this such and such? So yeah, this shit about to happen again. Now, what you going to do with it this time? And like I said, make sure that you are a part of the right tribe in the right vibe. Okay, Aries? Ooh. Yes, baby. Yes. Listen, I'm telling you, it's going to be a struggle for us all. It's really going to tear down. I'm telling you, Saturn is like the demolition crew, baby. It's going to come and wreck and tear down shit. It's going to bring that oppression. It's going to bring those boundaries, restrictions, all of that shit. But at the same time, it also forces you to rebuild from the ground up something more structured, something more sturdy. Nothing's easy. Nothing worth having is easy. So it's going to be a struggle. I'm telling you, it's going to be a fucking struggle. All right, cardinal signs. We did Aries, cardinal fire. Let's do cardinal water. Cancer. Cancer. Cancer for Saturn and Aquarius. What's going to be going on with my Cancerians? Cancer. Now, listen, I'm not singling nobody out, but it's going to be a shock. It's going to be a revelation. It is going to be so overwhelming for some cancers who are, I'm going to just say it, who may be codependent. Like, this is going to be that time where, nope, that codependency, I don't really know how that's going to favor for you right now, Cancer. And like I said, I'm not trying to point fingers, but I'm just saying, you guys, you have that tendency to be a little emotional codependent sometimes. You know that. But I just feel like this transit is really going to, make you flip that. It's going to make you understand that sometimes you just gotta tighten up. You gotta be accountable for some shit. It's going to be real confusing at first, Cancer. It's going to be very confusing at first because it's not what you're accustomed to. Like, you like the idea. I feel like, being loved, Ace of Cups, right? Being loved and you showing that level of love as well. But you also have this thing that once that love is not shown back to you, it feels like the end of a romantic novel, the end of a saga. Like, you are dependent upon that love for you to still feel a certain sense of love for yourself, even at times. You know how you get into that ball of sadness? Temperance. 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 Could even be dealing with Sagittarius. But Cancer, like, that ball of sadness, it's like you're going to have to really learn how to temper yourself using a certain level of logic. Aquarius, that Saturn in Aquarius, using a certain level of logic, that head over heart type of shit when it comes to your emotional affairs. Like, you're going to have to really tighten up, be accountable for your own feelings, and not allow someone else to be the blame for how you respond emotionally or how you're affected emotionally by a situation. And like I said, when you're accustomed to doing that, you're going to feel a certain level of it's going to be a fucking struggle. Like, you got to be accountable for your own feelings at some point, Cancer. And this transit is going to really make you pull more from a logical approach other than an emotional approach or emotional, you know what I'm saying? That. Pretty much. Pretty much. You put on your big girl, big boy panties or whatever you got to do Tighten up, because you may find yourself being the provider of security. You want to be able to be that one that it can go either way, especially if there's a relationship cancer. You want to be the one that, if your spouse, if he was or she was the one that was taking care of the family from a financial or whatever aspect, whatever, taking care of being the provider, if something was to happen or go south, you have to be dependent enough to be able to carry the load for as long as it needs to be. You have to be able to switch the roles sometimes. Like, it can't just be a codependent situation. That's what I got for Cancer. All right. Woo, honey. Cardinal signs. All right. Cardinal fire. We did cardinal water. Let's do cardinal air. Cardinal air. My Libras. What's going on with Libra? What is going on with Libra? Now, I wasn't even ready for cards to come out just yet, but I'ma just take that because apparently, as soon as Libra heard that they was up, they decided to just start spitting out shit. So let's see what we got for Libra. Libra, you got the Ten of Cups that came out, water energy, and then you got the Three of Wands, fire, Aries, Leo, Sag. Okay, so it's like, I don't know, this might be the end of a happy time, happy life, happy family, happy situation. And now it's like you're just waiting to see what happens next. To see what happens next. Like, what next? What do I do now? What do I do now? And with this transit Libra, it's almost like, I hate to be the one to break it to you, like, you're going to have to rely on something greater than just being your beautiful, alluring self. Like, you're really going to have to, when it comes to what you really desire or your romantic life, it's really going to have to make sense now, Libra. It's not going to be like, It's not going to be from a visual standpoint. It's not going to be from a financial standpoint. It's not going to be anything like that. It's going to have to pull from somewhere of genuineness and real strong compatibility at this point. That superficial shit, Libra, ain't going to fly. Ain't going to fly. Sorry. Like, I really feel like this is a lot with your, like, relationship, Libra. It's just not going to fly right now. It's not going to fly. Like, that shit, you're going to take a break from that. Like, you're going to be forced to pull from somewhere else. You can't be just, and I'm not trying to say that it's all you. It's going to take equal amounts. It's going to take that balance, right? You know all about balance, Libra, the scales, baby. But it's going to take a certain balance. It's going to take a certain balance, because I feel like this is going to be a time where you're actually rediscovering what it is that draws you in on an emotional level, what draws you in on a romantic level. It's not going to just be about a good time anymore. It's going to be about what's going to last forever. What's going to give me what I can give them. Or who, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be that type of shit. Like, you can't just rely on that. Listen, these fucking one night stands that last for 6, 7, 8 years, that shit is done. Like, yeah, rest up, Libra. Forest sports. Rest up, Libra, because, like I said, this is going to be something. Because again, Saturn is really here to teach lessons and to restructure and to rewire our thought processes and how we just interpret life itself. Like, Saturn is just out to give us tasks and do this. You better do this. You need to do that. You better do this. Okay? Get this shit right. Get this shit fixed. Get this shit in order. And it's like I said, Libra, in order for your relationships to become harmonious, it is time to look beneath the surface. It's time, it's not always what look good. It's not always what look good. Superficial shit like this is, you can't. It's not about what always appears to be beautiful, because everything that looks good ain't good, Libra. And it's like, I feel like you keep having to learn that lesson. And this is what Saturn is here to do. Teach you again. But this time, like, this is some shit that you can't just, all right, fine, I get it. But then you go up, nah, this is it. This is it. It got to be authentic and it got to be genuine at this point. Fuck it. No more. Mm-mm. You don't want no quickie. Nope. Not no more. Not if it's not from that person that you're going to be with forever, ever. All right? Woo! All right, y'all. Cardinal Earth. Cardinal Earth is up. Cardinal Earth can't be. Oh. Hi, Capricorn. How y'all doing? You see, I changed the whole way I was talking and everything. Capricorn, how are you? You know, I'm happy that you're still here, that you made it. Because before Saturn came into Aquarius, just this past Saturday, Saturn was in Cappy, was in your sign, right? Right? Sorry. I'm sorry. It was like, that parent, that very aggressive, assertive parent came home and saw the house in disarray, and the fucking wrath, like the wrath, you know, Saturn, that's you. The wrath came home, and it was just like, oh, you gonna learn today. You gonna get this shit right this time. Capricorn, I really think y'all took a thrashing. I ain't gonna even lie. Saturn really showed y'all asses who was boss. Okay? So I'm really happy you made it through that. And when Saturn rolled up out of your sign, trust and believe, it left your ass well refined and well disciplined. Yep. I think that this transit, though, with Saturn and Aquarius, Capricorn, this is going to speak to, that last one spoke to your finances as well. But this one is really going to speak to the idea, like, I feel like it's going to be some financial hardships, Capricorn, in play. Because, ideally, Capricorns are interested in how to advance on a financial level, right? For the most part, how you create wealth. So it's going to be a tad difficult. I think that keep doing your thing, keep making your money, Capricorn, but this is going to be a time where you're going to be forced to save. You're going to, I think it is a good heads up for you to start saving responsibly, might even start writing things down, budgeting responsibly. Money isn't everything, Capricorn, and I think that's going to be your main lesson with this shit. Money isn't everything. You're going to learn that there's certain things that money just can't buy. I think that's going to be one of the big lessons for you. Like, it's not all about, at the end of the day, what's in your bank account, Capricorn. It's not what's in your bank account to define how you shouldn't define how you feel about you by what you own or what you feel like you're worth financially or what your fucking bank statement says. So, and a bunch of shit is falling out, and I'm going to just stop here Capricorn, a lot going on here. And I'm telling you, I feel like this is just I look at that Ten of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You know, like I said, Saturn is in Aquarius now. And it just left your sign. I'm going to just leave that right there. It just left your sign. So these might have been the effects. But, you know, that's neither here or there. I don't want to keep talking about the past because I know it was hurtful. So let's not do that. You got the Magician, Cappy. The Magician now that you have learned, now that Saturn has showed you who was boss while I was in your sign, you now have the tools to create whatever it is you want, right? But you got the moon here. The moon here. Now we just, listen, new moon in Aries is today. New moon in Aries is today. So, you know, this is like, you could be setting those intentions, Capricorn, setting those intentions, right? Those for the new moon in Aries. I like this. Setting those intentions. Maybe you're creating or a certain mind space. Maybe you're trying to create a certain level. If you're feeling like a certain level of depression or moodiness, you're trying to create a space where you can get yourself away from that. Six of Swords, getting away from that air of depression, or just feeling like you don't see the full story or you can't see the full thing that's going on. You're trying to create a way to get away from that shit. And then you got the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups here, more water energy, Capricorn, with the Knight of Cups. It's like getting away and really following what it is that you love, Capricorn. Following what it is that you love. Might even be trying to reach someone that you love, to give them or show them a certain level of affection. But beyond that, Capricorn, I'm just saying, with this whole Saturn and Aquarius, this is really going to give you the opportunity to create a certain space where you're able to get away from things that depress you and kind of move into things that you're more emotionally drawn to. Again, money is not everything. And I feel like it's time to get away from the idea that your mood is defined by your fucking wealth, and moving into a space where you're more emotionally in tune, where you get that, you know, like I said, money, I can't even say it enough. Money ain't everything. That's what Saturn and Aquarius fitting to show you, Capricorn. All right. And again, I'm happy y'all made it out alive, Capricorn. No shade. Okay. Cardinal signs are done. Let's move on. What are we doing? Mutable? Mutable. All right. All right. So, yeah, mutable, right? Mutable. Let's start with mutable air. Gemini. All right. So, Saturn and Aquarius for Gemini. Well, first and foremost, being Mercury ruled Gemini, and you know, you usually think about communication, travel, that kind of a thing. I really feel like within this transit, if you're doing any traveling, Gemini, just, you know, beware of the fuckery. Like, I feel like delays are going to be ridiculous, like, stupid ridiculous. Like, if there was a time set in stone for some shit to happen, it probably won't happen at that time. That kind of shit. So just be on board, not on board, but just be on guard for that, or heads up. Feel that real strong for whatever reason. But Gemini, you know, honestly, I don't know if it's just because you're mutable, but I don't think that it's going to be much of a struggle for you. Too many cards. I don't think that it's going to be much of a struggle. My only thing is you being interested in something long enough in order to see its full potential may be something that may burden you. Because, you know, I feel like this is a time to really strengthen or rebuild or restructure social connections, perhaps. And you guys are great with communicating, especially on a social level, like within groups or within um, just neighborhoods and just friends, family, that kind of a thing. Like you guys are able to really communicate well in those arenas. And I feel like it's going to be a challenge for you, especially with this whole viral situation, for you to really communicate or connect with people the way that you used to. But again, with Saturn being an Aquarius and again you being fucking intellectual, brainy Gemini, I feel like you're going to use that time to really use the internet as a vehicle to really get what it is you need to say out or to communicate with folks. Like, I really feel like that is going to be your number one tool in this transit, and really staying interested or not having your mind be so topsy-turvy when it comes to certain obligations or certain relationships or situations. I feel like you guys, again, you get bored really quickly and you can shift and change at any moment. Like, yeah, I'm over this. This may not be the time where you're able to do that as graciously as you usually do. Look at these cards that came out. Wow. Saturn. Hey, Saturn. You got the devil in the reverse, Cappy's card. You got the moon in the reverse. And you got the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Gemini. Just from the look of these cards, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not honest with yourself, if you're not willing to be clear or be truthful or really seek out the information that you need in order to get a certain level of clarity, you're going to find yourselves back in toxic situations. And this is what Saturn is here to teach your ass, Gemini. Listen, you got the devil here in the reverse. Like, and I can look at this as you letting go, or I don't think this is a letting go. I feel like this is a fucking push out. This is Saturn like pushing your ass, like saying, I'm home. I've returned. I have returned. I'm back. And it's no secret. It's no secret. It's no secret to me at all that you have not been taking heed, or you've been ignoring the information or the lessons or the knowledge that I have been trying to give you. Saturn, I'm sorry, Gemini, I thought that, listen, I felt like this transit, like I said, it's going to be a certain level of difficulty for everybody. I didn't think that it was going to be too much of a thing for you. But again, with these cards now, I feel like Saturn is really here to tell you that they are back, that they're here, and that it's not as if the secret is out. Like, it's not as if you don't know what it is that you need to do in order for you to be a certain level of clear, in order for you to have a certain level of honesty or truth. It's not as though that you don't know what it is that you need to do, or what needs to be said, or what needs to be cut off, or what needs to be expelled of, Gemini, because you know. And Saturn's here. If you don't know, you better fucking try. You better know. You better know. Because apparently you have not cut off, or you have been ignoring certain things, and it's keeping you trapped. It's keeping you fucking feeling like you're suffocating or being held down, being bound to a certain situation, Gemini. No, Saturn said, nope, not no more. Not no more, because I'm back. I'm back, and I'm here to reveal it to you one more again, because you weren't paying attention the last time. Gemini, tighten up. Gemini, and again, something about travel. Make sure you constantly check in the schedules and shit. Because whatever they say the time is going to be, arrival, departure, whatever, I feel like, nah. Fuck, it might not be no travel at all. What the fuck am I talking about? Yeah, so that make perfect sense that I would say that. Yeah, okay. All right, let me get a sip, y'all. I've been talking a lot. Damn. I did not want this video to be this long, but hey. Hey. All right, so that was Gemini. Next, let's do what? Sag? I'm sorry, we skipped over Virgo. Let's do Virgo. Virgo, mutable earth. Virgo. What's going on with my beautiful Virgos? Virgo. Virgo. You know I love a Virgo. Virgo. Saturn and Aquarius for my Virgos. And let me just tell you, like I said, it's going to be like dragon season for all 12 signs. But I feel like if anybody can stand up to the challenge and anybody can be grounded enough or just firmly planted enough to try to deal with the struggle, Virgo baby, it be you. Oh, it definitely be you. Definitely be you. Not saying that it won't be a bitch, but Virgo, you got it handled. I think you got it handled. Honestly. I mean, it's basically for Virgo, I think it's going to be a thing where you're just going to find yourself multitasking more than usual. More than usual. Like really doing a lot. All this shit came out. We'll see what that's about. We'll see what that's about. The Sun. Leo's card. Ace of Swords. Knight of Swords. Ooh. And Four Cups. Okay. So, Virgo, like I said, this is hard work, but you're already accustomed to the idea of hard work anyway. You get it. Routines, regimens, schedules, like that's the type of shit that Saturn is into. So it's like I feel like it's not going to be too much of a struggle, but a struggle nonetheless. Just what it is. But I feel like there's going to be information or something enlightened to you, some type of truth that's enlightened to you. I don't know if somebody's going to come in and tell you this truth, or it's just a feeling where, you know, whatever information or truth that's going to be coming into you during this transit, or whatever is going to be enlightened to you, I feel like it's going to be the way that it's communicated to you that's going to turn you completely off or turn whoever else. Like, I just feel like, okay, I get it. This is going to force you, like, the way you communicate, Virgo, you're going to see that how you say certain things may be the reason why you feel like you're being ignored or you're not getting the reception that you thought that you would get, that you thought that you would receive. And I really feel like this is going to be a thing where it's going to kind of turn up, be a thing where it's kind of having you revamp or refocus or just rethink how you may say certain things. Because Virgo, you know, like, you can be brutally honest. You can be brutally honest. And it can be the whole truth and nothing but the truth. But it could be the way that you say it that can make someone like, and you might not even have meant it in a way to hurt them. I feel like this is going to be one of the things that you're going to have to really incorporate, or one of the things that you're going to have, yeah, really kind of incorporate into your regimen or your routine, or just your routine of life. Like maybe how you get a certain thing across, no matter if you feel like it's the truth or not. Also, Virgo, in the flip of it all too, when something, you have to, I understand too, Virgo, and this might be a little thing of rewiring or revamping, because I think Virgo plans for so much things so much. It's just in you guys to always have a plan or how things should go. It's like when something is, if you feel that something is making you super happy, or something is causing a certain level of abundance, like believe it. It could really be that. It does not have to be bullshit. It doesn't have to be bullshit. It might even be worded wrongly or come across wrong, but it's not a thing where you don't have to accept it. But like I said, Virgo, I just feel like with this transit, like I don't think, honestly, I feel like you can stay pretty grounded. And if there is any truths that are being if there are any truths that are being revealed throughout this transit, you're going to be grounded enough, and Saturn's going to ground your ass enough for you to be able to deal with it, for you to be able to outright reject whatever it is, or put yourself in a space where you're able to accept whatever it is. Like the choice is going to be yours, Virgo, but I just feel like you're going to have to put some additional boundaries in play in order for you to see a certain level of happiness. Yeah. Yeah. Woo! But I mean, that's not surprising to me, because like I said, Virgo, y'all pretty much had y'all shit together for the most part. Like you already, like I said, Saturn is rules, boundaries, routine. Like I feel like that's Virgo, with like routine and regimens and schedules and having like order, right? But the thing about it is, it just may be a thing where you actually have to put a lot more thought. It can't just be you making sense of things from a grounded or earthy approach, where it's just like maybe stability, school, finance, work, career, that kind of a thing. It's really incorporating that logic, that Aquarian ability, that, to be able to be verbal and communicate certain things in a way that you probably aren't used to doing. But you being mutable, you can adapt. You can definitely adapt, Virgo. All right, that was mutable earth. Let's move on. Mutable fire, my Sagittarius, and then after Sag, we'll do Pisces, and we'll be done, because I'm about to lose my voice anyway. I should have been drinking more water than this. Like, I've been bullshitting. Hold on. Let me drink a sip. Hold on. Y'all drink something too, please. Take your sip. Saturn and Aquarius for my Sagittarius. Sagittarius, like, real shit. I think this transit really is going to be the restructuring or the rewiring of how people look at you, or how people perceive you, or people view or interpret your actions. Ooh, what? Why are you over there looking at me? Yup, all eyes on you, perhaps? All eyes on you. And we know how you love to hate that. All eyes on you. Like, this is definitely going to be that time. Temperance. There you are. Hey, Sagittarius. This is going to be that time when you have to temper yourselves. Temper yourselves. Like, you may not want to be that cliche loose cannon that Sagittarius can be. Now, get what I said. I said can be. I didn't say is, because you can. Like, I feel like you choose when you want to be that. But my thing is that time where you might want to tame your tongue a tad. Learn to be a little more receptive than reactive in certain situations. Because again, I really feel like this is going to be a time when people are really looking for you to be the pop off. Page of Wands. Page of Wands. They're really looking at you to be the initiator, the shit starter. But it's going to be your task to really show them that you can be different. You're fucking mutable. You don't have to be that, Sagittarius. And that's what I think this transit is here to show you. Really broaden your mind, broaden the idea of how people view you. Like, you're not one-dimensional. Ooh, too many. Look, this is a mess. Like, what is it? Like, all my cards are all over the place now, Sag. Shit. What's this? Yeah, see? Being defensive. 7 of Wands. Being defensive. Standing your guard. Oh my God. This is crazy. Or maybe you telling me no, Sag, like, no. That's not what it is. Like, okay. Alright, that's it. So, like I said, 7 of Wands, and then you got the Sun. So, yeah, Sagittarius, like, this is really just going to be that time where, like, stop trying to, I get it. Like, if you need to defend yourself in certain situations, fine. And it may even be, the thing about it, I think it's just going to be revealed to you that there's certain situations that you really didn't even have to go there. You didn't even have to defend yourself to that extent because it really wasn't worth it at the end of the day. Like, this wasn't what's going to, make you happy at the end of the day by, exuding so much energy trying to combat certain things. You don't have to be a part of every fight. I think I told this to somebody else too. But it's really going to change the way that people see you. Like, I feel like these wands here, this are like people's opinions and people's views of you and how people feel about you all coming at you, right? And you just trying to defend it off like, fuck out of here, right? This is a time where you can show and prove that you're better than that you're bigger than that you're not one dimensional, that there's more sides to you, that you don't always have to pop off, that it doesn't make you happy to always feel like you had to spaz out on somebody. I mean, even if it does, Sag, like, that's what I'm saying. It's time for that shit to change. You probably sitting there like, but no, that's me then. I get it. But again, Saturn is all about really exposing this shit, really putting it in your face, breaking you down in order for you to reinvent yourself, restructure yourself, have a sturdier foundation, have a better interpretation or perception of yourself. Right? All right. My cards are all fucking Sagittarius. Pisces, you're up next, last but never ever least. I love you guys. We get my cards all situated again. Sag had my shit all over the place. So, last one is my beautiful, mutable Pisces. Mutable water. I like to always start with my cards face up. Like, don't judge me. That's just how I like to operate. And however they fall or how they fall. But, I'm being like my own personal Saturn. I'm getting shit in order. So don't judge. All right, Pisces. What's good with Pisces? Pisces, Saturn and Aquarius. Pisces. I think for real, Pisces. The major thing for this transit for you, this astrological event, I should say, Saturn's return for Pisces. I don't know. I'm feeling more of a thing where it's you're continuing to expel or just excrete or getting rid of old baggage. Like, this is really the time for you to really, the shit that, and I mean, like, really get it out the way. Like, don't just put it in a bag and put it to the side, put it in the attic, put it in the basement. And I'm speaking metaphorically. I'm talking about it's really time to put certain shit out for baggage. Like, just get rid of it completely. Like, any grudges you holding on to, past grudges and unnecessary bullshit and beefs that you really don't even understand where they came from anyway. It's just going to be certain things that just don't interest you anymore, Pisces. And I just don't feel like, I feel like Saturn is here to really purge those things out. Like, for good, for final, for forever, for done, for done. Saturn, Aquarius, for Pisces. Yep. And I feel like intuitively you know, Pisces. Wow. High Priestess. You. Pisces. Two of Pentacles. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Earth. You got the Tower. Ugh. And you got the Ten of Wands. Alright. Pisces, this is going to be a time where I feel like you already know that a lot of work is ahead of you, or a lot of multitasking, or there's going to be a decision that you have to make when it comes to your stability, Pisces, in this transit. And I feel like it's just something out of nowhere. It's going to be a level of difficulty because there's going to be someone's going to feel like they're carrying a lot of responsibility. Pisces, you might feel like it's a hard, heavy load to carry these next couple of years while Saturn is in Aquarius. And again, if I feel like that's the baggage that you're holding on to, and it's going to be revealed like, shit, that aha, that epiphany is like, oh my God, I'm still holding on to all of this shit. Why am I still carrying all of this shit? And I feel like that's what Saturn is here to do, like really help you empty the garbage, Pisces. Because you know that there's a certain level of balance that needs to be had here. Like, you get it. And I feel like you're keeping quiet while you can't sit back and be quiet and let other people manage your fucking life. Like, you have to take charge and really get shit out of your life for good and stop carrying the load. Stop carrying the load on your own, Pisces. And that's just really what it is. Stop fucking making it seem like nothing's wrong. You're going to have to expose those feelings at some point, Pisces. You got to fucking deal, then heal. Sorry. Said the same thing with Scorpio. But I don't think it's as intense as it is with Scorpio. But again, and I feel like you already know this. You're well aware of it. You're well aware. You know that this shit is heavy. You know that it is. You know that it is. But I feel like, this was Saturn is here for. To really get you in track, get you online so that you can start setting boundaries. And really getting rid of whatever needs to go. You know what that is, Pisces. All right. Woo! Oh my God. I got through all 12. This has been your Saturn and an Aquarius reading. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I swear I did. I feel like it was so necessary. It made so much sense for the time that we're in right now. I hope that this reading helps. I hope that these next couple years don't drag us too badly. But at least we already got a heads up on what we need to do and how we need to maneuver So let's just see what happens, y'all. I'm praying for us. I'm praying for us. We gonna make it though. This is gonna make us strong. We are gonna come out so much better. We are going to be built for tough, okay? It is gonna be so worth it. It's gonna be worth it. I love you all so much. Subscribe, notification bell, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. It's gonna be rough, but we gonna make it. Love you. Love you.